This is the best that Kansas City's franchise has done since they went to the Super Bowl 1969. They won the AFC Championship, and they beat the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl IV. Marv Levy will 4 times develop 4 chances at a Super Bowl win. His team earning the home field advantage for this AFC title game, and remarkably good weather. Nick Lowry will give the ball to Buffalo first as he spins it away. Russell Copeland takes it at the goal line. The rookie from Memphis State to the 20. And twisted down at the 22. Eric Anderson and others there for the Kansas City Chiefs. Jim Kelly brings on his offense, and the K-gun will go to work. The no-huddle offense, and that means Pete Metzelaars will be in at tight end. They'll use only the 1 tight end. Fina, Parker, Hall, Davis, the Pro Bowler Ballard on the front line. Kelly has the great Thurman Thomas with Bill Brooks, Don Beebe, and Andre Reed as his 3 wide receivers, and Metzelaars, who had a dislocated little finger in the game last Sunday, ready to go today. So the strategies now will develop as Buffalo begins from the 22. Kelly comes out throwing and hits Thurman Thomas. A gain of about 6 to the 28-yard line. Martin Bayless up to make the tackle. Here are the Chiefs on defense with the 2 Pro Bowl starters on the outside, Neil Smith and Derek Thomas, the 2 300-pounders, Phillips and Saliamoa on the inside. They'll use only 1 linebacker, Lonnie Marks, and 6 defensive backs. Kelly giving no time to that. Almost intercepted by Mincy, who darted in front of Pete Metzelaars. Mincy, who had 5 interceptions, second on the team this year.
Dick, for the 2nd straight week, Kansas City going with the 4-1-6 look. You see Lonnie Marks, 51, playing the middle linebacker. Last week, that was handled by Jaime Fields. He's deactivated, but 6 defensive backs here for Kansas City. 3rd and long 3, and Thomas with his first carry, and he is stuffed at the 31-yard line, and that will not be good enough for the first down. 75, Joe Phillips, who played his early career with the San Diego Chargers, acquired last year, and had a big game against Houston last week. And Dick, if there is a recurring theme with this Buffalo offense, the last 4 years, they spent a lot of time 3 downs and out. It has put tremendous pressure on the Buffalo Bill defense. Buffalo doesn't lead much of anything in time of possession. One of the downfalls of this K-gun offense. Tough to block Chris Moore and tough to return. He kicks them very high. This one, not so high. Damon Hughes, handles a short hop at the 35 and takes it to the 47. Did he ever flirt with disaster on that one? Tasker there to make the tackle. Well, there is more that can go wrong with catching that ball in the bounce that can go right. But the first break of the game goes to Kansas City. Bounces right up in his stomach, and he makes the reception. Damon Hughes is outstanding baseball outfielder. You see Tasker, boy, that's what he was arguing about. They all but tackled him. Hughes was an outfielder in the Milwaukee Brewers team, and he used that ability to field that tough punt. Joe Montana with great field position at the 47. Marcus Allen gets the call. No gain. Cornelius Bennett and Phil Hansen with a tackle. Bennett going to another Pro Bowl. The offense for Kansas City. Blocking that treasure, Joe Montana. All the Pro Bowlers, Zach, Grunard, Shields, the rookie, and Siglar. Marcus Allen with Kimball Anders in the backfield. J.J. Burton, Willie Davis to speed outside. The tight end, Jonathan Hayes. 2nd and 10. Incomplete. Intended for Todd McNair. So the passes to the wings, to the sidelines, because of the crosswind, will be affected. And, you know, at 37 years old, you can't expect Joe Montana to start out like a 27-year-old. Even though he warms up pregame, he goes into the locker room, sits down for a while. It takes a while for that arm to get going. But Pittsburgh found 2 weeks ago how he starts doesn't necessarily determine how he plays. So did the Oilers. 3rd and 10. Good protection. Long, but too long.
J.J. Burden, the closest chief, 3 and out for Kansas City.
It looked like Burden stopped the pattern, which is something you can never do with a Joe Montana. Watch him give up a little bit. Now, whatever the pattern is drawn up, and this is Joe Montana and Paul Hackett's offense, run the pattern out.
Russell Copeland back inside the 15. Brian Barker to punt. Wobbly, short, and out of bounds outside the 20-yard line. The Bills will start at the 22 after a 31-yard Barker punt. Timeout at Rich Stadium.
When I walk into a hotel, the most important thing is the feeling that the customer is respected. If you're staying in a hotel, you must be in a warm and friendly environment and not in a factory. So we're not offering a standardized, homogenized type of experience. I think the card has a broader reach. It is a major convenience for our guests.
American Express is welcomed at hotels all around the world. That's convenient.
Not so complicated, simple as can be. You're always a comfort to set my spirit free. Oh, you're a part of me, that's the heart of me. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me.
Presenting a luxury car that redefines your expectations of an automobile. It features dual airbags, power windows, mirrors, and door locks, and an AM/FM high-power stereo cassette, all standard. Introducing...
Excuse us. Are you talking about the Civic LX?
No.
Oh, sorry. It's just that it has all those features, too.
How nice.
The Civic LX from Honda.
Could you move the car now?
Welcome back to Rich Stadium. The Kansas City Chiefs unable to gain a yard, and in their first possession, Buffalo but 9 yards. Bruce Smith, he feels he had his best year and was deserving of the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Some certainly voted for this giant talent.
As well they should. Since this guy came into the league several years ago, I don't know that he's played 2 successive downs without being double teamed. That's how much respect offensive coordinators and offensive line coaches give him.
Thurman Thomas, the low running back. Kelly with the 3 wide receivers, and Mitch runs to the right. And here's Thomas up the middle. And he slashes out across the 25 to the 28 before Neil Smith and others can trip him up.
How important is he to the offense? He and Kenneth Davis account for about 50% of the attempts by the Buffalo offense. You can't wear him out either.
He's got the first down. He's got more. With determination across the 35, a 10-yard pickup. Kevin Ross made the stop.
1,300 yards rushing in a 1993 season, and his yards per carry is down 3.7, but in the playoffs, that's where Thurman Thomas wants the ball.
And that's exactly where Marty Schottenheimer, Kansas City coach, does not want him to go straight ahead, where he becomes so much bigger and tougher. And I didn't quite get turned up that time. Across the 40 to the 41. Derek Thomas, the tackler.
And Dick, that is the counter. The play that they feature, you're going to see the onside block down. You're going to see the guard and tackle pull. Actually, Lonnie March 51 does an excellent job. He shortens the vertical running lane. The pursuit catches up with Thurman Thomas.
2nd and 6. Little short screen to Reed, well covered, and Dan Saliamua, the nose tackle, able to drift back and be in on the tackle of Reed. Stopped at the 45, or it'll be 3rd and 3.
Dick, you know, Marv Levy made an admission to us, and I thought it was rather interesting. He said nobody's intimidated by this hurry-up offense, the K-gun anymore. So we have to be much better at executing what's going on out there, and to this point, Buffalo is.
Out of the shotgun, and they're going to get the offside. They draw off Neil Smith and Howie Long, and the Raiders certainly can identify with that.
That drives a head coach who used to be a defensive coordinator nuts, because they should be looking at the football.
Encroachment, mighty defense. First down.
Referee Johnny Greer with the honor of working this AFC Championship.
He got two of them, not just one. Phillips and Neil Smith.
It's all a matter in the, as Kelly explained it, the volume with which he exercises the count. Kenneth Davis gets his first chance, and he's into Kansas City territory at the 47-yard line. Lonnie Marks on the stop.
And Dick, back to that drawing them off sides. What it will eventually do, if it continues, is slow down the pass rush. Just for a split second, you hold those defensive linemen in their stance. So long range for this game, it has a very advantageous effect for Buffalo.
Under pressure from Derek Thomas, incomplete. Albert Lewis knocks it away from Andre Reed. Lewis, the veteran from Grambling, Marty Schottenheimer said, how could he not make it to the Pro Bowl? He had 6 interceptions.
Derek Thomas flips. That's normally Neil Smith's side. He has a free shot on Jim Kelly, untouched. Again, you see Derek Thomas even slipped. Well, Derek Thomas could have put his helmet right in the breastplate of Jim Kelly and went for the shoulder tackle.
3rd and 6 for Kelly out of the shotgun. And deflected by Martin Bayless. Sherman Thomas said, or Kenneth Davis it was, the receiver said, hey, he's holding my jersey. But no flag, and Buffalo will have to punt.
Decent pressure from Kansas City, too. 2nd week in a row. You're going to see Joe Phillips, 75. The bull rush right into Jim Kelly's chest. That's 2 passes in a row now that Jim Kelly's gotten hammered by the Kansas City up front 4.
Danon Hughes does not feel this one. J.J. Burton. Marty Schottenheimer said, I didn't like what I saw the first. And Burton calls for the fair catch at the 10-yard line. So Joe Montana, who started near midfield last possession, deep in his own end this time.
John Francis.
The interior of the Honda Civic was developed with a sunblock to help protect the fabric from fading and cracking over the life of the car. So while you may have a limit on your time in the sun, the Civic doesn't. See you tomorrow.
If your business gives up AT&T quality, chasing after big savings from another long-distance company, don't expect to find a pot of gold. Leaving AT&T doesn't make a lot of sense.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no, it's Ted from accounting.
The AFC Championship is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. By American Honda, who has been making quality cars in America for the past 11 years. By AT&T, we help put your world within reach. And by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Marv Levy's Buffalo Bills, the reason they've been to 3 straight Super Bowls. They've earned the right for home field advantage, and here at Rich Stadium, they've never lost a playoff game, 7-0. In fact, the last home playoff game Buffalo lost was back at War Memorial Stadium in 1966 to Kansas City. Kansas City going to the first Super Bowl. Montana at his own 10. Allen gets 5, gets 11. First down for Kansas City. Marv Patton and Mark Maddox, the young linebackers, collaborate on the tackle.
One of the things that Marty Schottenheimer told us last week taught him that his team can live and win in a hostile environment. Very difficult in the Astrodome. And today they feel confident that they can combat all the noise from the crowd. They're not playing, they're not running many audibles today. That's their plan.
The amazing Marcus Allen led the NFL in rushing touchdowns. Had one again last week in Houston. Short yardage this time as Darryl Talley topples him inside the 25.
And Marty Schottenheimer, when he first got Marcus Allen, he said, he showed me something when he was with the Los Angeles Raiders. The Raiders get Bo Jackson, and Marcus went up and blocked for Bo Jackson. Didn't complain. He did his job. He said Marcus Allen is the consummate pro.
And he said, I've never seen anyone better in short yardage or goal line. Second and 8 for Montana. Fake to Allen. All kinds of time for Montana, who throws to Willie Davis, incomplete at midfield. Henry Jones with a good lick on the receiver, Davis, who had a touchdown last week in Houston.
Dick on the roll. They're trying to get Ernie Thompson, 45, open. Well covered by Buffalo. Joe goes downfield, and you see it's almost end over end. That's into the slight breeze here in Rich Stadium. Davis, this ball is high. Tough to make this catch, especially when it's not in spiral. Can't blame that one on the receiver. That one's on Joe Montana,
who is 0 for 3 and looks at 3rd and 8. Let's see if Buffalo will bring an extra backer. No, they rush only 4. Incomplete to Marcus Allen. So Montana, inauspicious in his start, 0 for 4.
And pressure from Cornelius Bennett. Looks like there's going to be some help, but it ends up Siglar 66 on Bennett. Bennett, a good, quick outside rusher, gets pressure on Joe Montana. Ball thrown behind Marcus Allen.
So Barker to kick again. We're just 6 minutes plus into this game. We've got 4 punts. That was Tasker harassing him. Ball to Copeland at the 40. Running start to the 50. He is nailed, stays on his feet, and finally dropped at the 47 of Kansas City. 35-yard punt, 12-yard return, timeout.
Images presented by Honda. Let the debate rage over which team benefits from these conditions. The extremes of the elements make their own rules. In the Nature Dome, there is no home field advantage.
The competition included more than 100 of the world's best cars. But in the end, only one was judged a car ahead. Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year, the new Accord from Honda. Love her, hold her, and remember our simple formula. At Dean Witter,
we measure success one investor at a time.
What's the difference between Diet Dr. Pepper and regular Dr. Pepper? Can't see the difference. Can't hear it. The amazing thing is you probably can't taste the difference either. Discover what millions already have. The great taste of Diet Dr. Pepper.
9 years in the NFL head coach, 8 times to the playoff, Marty Schottenheimer. And every year with Kansas City. And he was a member of that 66 Buffalo team, the last team to lose in the playoffs. 56, linebacker Marty Schottenheimer, University of Pittsburgh. His teammate, none other than Paul McGuire, the feared punter of the Bills. And Jack Kemp, the quarterback, who has gone on to much greater things. So field position goes to Buffalo, and Kelly off some play action, has a lot of time, and throws underneath the Metzelars, who juggles and holds at the 41-yard line, a gain of about 6. Metzelars, who had a big year, had 68 catches to lead Buffalo.
Look at his left hand there. He's got the catch where he broke his little finger, and anytime he has his hands up to catch the ball pinky first, he's going to have difficulty hanging on to it. Now releases inside. Now watch this ball bounce off his hands, and we'll get it for you.
That no-huddle offense is tough on the replays, isn't it? Thurman Thomas
doesn't get anything. In fact, may have lost a yard there. Pelham McDaniel, 77 in on his side.
Now watch, hands up. See the ball bounces off the cast first. Pete Metzelaar is normally a very sure-handed receiver, the leading receiver for the Buffalo Bills in 1993.
Loss of 1 to Thomas. 3rd down and 4. Philly now 3 for 6. Good protection. He's going long. Caught. Andre Reed out of bounds at the 14. Bruce Pickens never looked for the ball.
Pickens acquired middle of December. This is a mismatch. Kansas City does not want Bruce Pickens on Andre Reed. They want Albert Lewis, number 29, on Andre Reed. And Kelly took advantage of the mismatch.
He did look for it, but he never found it. It was in Reed's mitts. Into Thomas, or maybe 2. Derek Thomas, number 58, Thomas on Thomas. Just as we have 2 Smiths that are rather brilliant in this game. Bruce and Neal playing the same position. 58, Derek Thomas. Didn't make the official scorecard, but he'll be in another Pro Bowl. 5 for 5. To the 5-yard line, no catch. Bill Brooks. The trap is the call. Pickens on the coverage, and it's apparent that's the direction that Kelly's going. He's trying to find Bruce Pickens and throwing to the weaker of the cornerbacks.
And that's one of the things that this K-gun can do. Yes, good call by the officials. Went through his hands. They can isolate a receiver, and Kelly can scan the field and find the matchup he wants.
3rd down and 8 from the Kansas City 12. Thomas, big hole. Touchdown. What a call. On 3rd down and 8. Thomas up the middle. Buffalo takes the lead.
Oh, they catch him in a blitz. Kansas City not known as a big blitzing team, but a perfect call by Jim Kelly. They catch him in a blitz and well blocked up front.
Steve Christie missed 2 extra points last week here against the Raiders and hits his first today. Buffalo, 6 plays, 47 yards, 7 points.
The interior of the Honda Civic was developed with a sunblock to help protect the fabric from fading and cracking over the life of the car. So while you may have a limit on your time in the sun, the Civic doesn't. See you tomorrow.
Kansas City blitzes. It's well picked up by Buffalo. Just straight ahead blocking. They do the job. And Thurman Thomas pops right through the line of scrimmage, and then there's nobody left. Mincy, 42, tries to arm tackle him. Can't be done. What did Schottenheimer tell us? When he's running goal line to goal line, Thurman Thomas is like a 240-pound running back. There's nothing to hit on him. Well, that'll run Kansas City out of the blitz.
Well, Kansas City, in beating Buffalo in their meeting in late November at Arrowhead, allowed only 43 yards rushing to the Bills, and that was key to their victory. Already in this first quarter, 37 yards on the ground for Thomas and company. Not a good sign for Kansas City.
And that is the baseline of this Buffalo K-gun offense. It gets a lot of attention about the 3 wide receivers and throwing the ball, but the mainstay is Thurman Thomas running it.
Thomas, who led the AFC in combined yards, 1,315 yards rushing. The Buffalo off to a good quarter start, while Montana has struggled early. John Stevens will be the deep man for Kansas City on the ensuing kickoff. You saw Montana. He missed his first 7 passes of the Pittsburgh game that opened the playoffs. And the Chiefs, with a block punt late, able to beat the Steelers in overtime. 0 for 4 today.
But against Pittsburgh, he started out with gloves on his hands. And then after the 0 for 7, took the gloves off. No gloves today.
Steve Christie to kick it off. 7-0 Bills. Good kick. Stevens, the former Patriot, at the 4. 20. 30. Good return to the 35-yard line. Back to the touchdown. The key play on the drive was the throw to Andre Reed.
Excellent pass protection. Kelly's going to look left. He's got single coverage. Bruce Pickens, just new to the Kansas City Chiefs. They get him December 10th. And Jim Kelly can find the mismatch, and if they don't cover for Bruce Pickens, he's going to be very busy all day.
Montana from his own 36. Fake to Allen. Knocked down by Darryl Talley. He had a man wide open. Kimball Anders, there wasn't a blue shirt within 10 yards of him.
Buffalo is running this double zone. They're taking away the outside receiver, so Montana is correct trying to get to the inside of the defense, but watch Darryl Talley. Hits him in the face mask, and Kimball Anders, you're right, Dick, was the intended and wide open receiver.
0 for 5 for Montana. Marcus Allen finds a hole. Oh, look at him slither through, and he's all the way to the Buffalo 41-yard line. Henry Jones, the last Buffalo Bill, gets him down 24 yards for the venerable Marcus Allen.
Boy, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Marty Schottenheimer can't stop complimenting Marcus Allen. Kimball Anders with a good lead block. Look at this move on Kelso by the aged one. Takes a lot of heat from his teammates for his age, but Marcus Allen is fresh, can still run with a bat.
Allen out. Anders gets the call, and they have him surrounded. Talley had shot through to spoil the play, and then Henry Jones came up to finish it off. Talley had a superb season, led the team in tackles, had 3 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 61 yards against the Jets. He forced 4 fumbles, had a couple of sacks, and didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, and he also rooms with Bruce Smith. He should get an award for that, too, on the road.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa, yeah. Oscar and Felix on the road.
A loss of 2 on the play. Allen back in. Montana. Oh, what a catch by Keith Cash. Those Cash come on in the playoffs. The ball was deflected. He had already gone up for the catch and had to hang. Gave it to the old Elgin Baylor and came down with it.
One of a pair of twins as it's tipped by Maddox. Cash, great concentration. Drafted as a wide receiver, has put on 30 pounds. And, Dick, this is key because in this double zone, the tight end and the running backs through the middle of the field are the receivers that Joe Montana is going to have to look for.
Cash, who kept the hopes of the Chiefs alive with a block punt, and then had a big game receptions as well. In fact, he has 11 catches and a touchdown in the 2 playoff games, and let's see if he got the 12 yards and a first down. Very close, just by inches short.
And of course, in that West Coast offense, you need a tight end to throw to, like Brent Jones. They weren't sure Jonathan Hayes was going to be the receiver, but Cash has turned out to be the guy that Joe Montana likes.
Hayes back in. He's the blocker, and we've got 3rd down and inches. Ernie Thompson also comes in. He's 257 pounds of running back. Just outside the Bills' 30-yard line. Under 5 minutes remaining, first quarter. It's a fake to Allen and a throw to Thompson. And the former Indiana star out of bounds at the 19. First down, Kansas City.
Thompson doesn't catch many, but again, did you see that play action fake by Joe Montana? Very well done. Look at the influence it has. Pulls it out. He's already looking at the receiver. That is something that has to be taught. Quarterbacks just don't come out with that ability. And Bill Walsh and Sam White and the other people that Joe Montana spent his career around really emphasize that. That's one of the things Joe Montana is most proud of.
Montana trying to drive the Chiefs to the equalizer. In trouble. Tripped up at the 18. Jeff Wright got him down low. There's a flag in the Buffalo secondary. Johnny Greer holding against the Bills. That'll carry a first down.
The flag is nice. The positive yardage for Kansas City is good, but to this point, this Buffalo double zone really
holding 53 defense. First down.
On Marcus Patton, this double zone really having an effect on Kansas City at the outset. Taking away the outside receivers. Patton's an inside linebacker. He's either coverage on a tight end or a running back. Joe needs those receivers, those inside receivers against this coverage, Dick.
They mark off the 5 yards in the first down, and now conference. This, like all of the playoff games, an all-star crew, not a crew that worked in familiarity with one another through a course of an entire season, but it's an honor for them, and let's give them credit. Greer, Botchin, Thayers.
The foul occurred during a running play. We will penalize 5 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Well, it's the same result, 5 yards and first down. The other officials, Quirk, Creed, Finken, and Luckett. Marcus Allen sprinting into the secondary, and he's to the 7-yard line. Marcus Patton made the tackle. Patton, who grew up in Southern California, Los Angeles, went to UCLA and watched Marcus Allen as a collegiate star in that city.
Good pull by the right tackle. Sigler 60, Shields 68 up through the middle. Excellent block. This rookie from Nebraska, this 68 Shields, a young man that Marty Schottenheimer just goes on and on about. He walked in there, plays like a veteran.
Second down and 4. Allen with 44 yards in this opening quarter. He gets it again. Oh, and does he get it? Breaks the tackle, but doesn't get anywhere. Bruce Smith was the man who stopped him cold, and Mark Maddox got him to the turf.
This is where he's most dangerous, Bruce Smith. Down on the goal line, very difficult to double team anybody. There you see Bruce Smith stand up, has the quickness to still get inside. John Alt's trying to sell pass. Bruce Smith, great recognition and quickness, jumps inside the block to make the tackle or assist on the tackle.
That might have been a touchdown. There was a big hole for Allen, but Smith makes the huge play. Smith may have been offside. Montana incomplete in the end zone. Intended for Tim Barnett. Mark Kelso on the coverage, but no play. Illegal procedure against Kansas City. So Bruce Smith was pulled offside.
Well, you would expect the guy that has to block Bruce Smith. Is it John Alt, 76 on the roll? He's looking in at Montana. And then when he flinches, turn around to look at Bruce Smith. I mean, with the crowd noise here, he's trying to catch the pre-snap by reading Joe Montana's lips and then turn around and look at Bruce Smith.
So the ball back to the 13.5. Underneath Allen, incomplete. Well covered by the Bills. And the field goal unit comes on. Nick Lowry, third all-time field goal kicker in the history of the league, behind former Chiefs Jan Stenerud and the great George Blanda. 326 career field goals for Lowry, who at Dartmouth was a senior when a fellow named David Shula was a freshman. This guy's been around so long that they're coaches in this league now. They played with him in college. 31 yards. And Kansas City, a long drive for 3. Timeout, 2:14 remaining in the opening quarter. The Bills 7-3.
Are your friends car guys? Car guys talk horsepower. They talk acceleration. They talk big, fat tires. Now, why not invite your pals over and give them something to really talk about? Introducing the four-wheel drive Passport from Honda.
Imagine adhesives so strong they help hold together 100 tons of soaring transportation. Imagine a fabric so bright it lets you see an accident in time to prevent it. Imagine a single disc so powerful it can store everything imaginable and protect it for a lifetime. These products and thousands more that make our lives better exist because the people at 3M imagine.
Super Bowl 28. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern next Sunday on NBC.
Dick, this is what Buffalo's doing defensively. Coverage there, safeties out. These three linebackers are responsible for the two tight ends and the running back. The last play, they run this and try to get Marcus Allen free in the middle. Buffalo has done an excellent job of making sure that the wide receivers are taken away. Now, Montana and Kansas City are going to have to figure something up the middle here, or Buffalo's going to stay in that defense.
And let's not forget the play that Bruce Smith made on the 6-yard line. That was 2nd and 3. Allen had a hole. Smith inside to stop it. And that might have been the difference between a touchdown and the field goal. 7-3 it is as Lowry kicks it off. Copeland at the 8. Fumbles the ball, and it appears that Kansas City Fred Jones was the man who fell on it. Yes. Benny Thompson was the man who made the hit, and Thompson, along with Steve Tasker, two of the best special teamers in the NFL. And look at 46.
He fights off the blockers. Thompson says his entry into the NFL was for special teams. He now wants to play a little defensive back, but when you can make hits like this and give your offense great field position, you get game balls. I don't care where they list you, you get game balls.
This man from New Orleans said, you watch me, I'm going to force one of those in the game. When we talked to him yesterday, Thompson, he says, I love it so much, I volunteered to play in the World League just because I'd like to play every week, not just during the season. Let's see if Kansas City can convert from the 24. Montana underneath to Davis, right at the yardsticks, about 10 on the play. Patton the tackle.
Well, Kansas City's initial adjustment here to the double zone is a little bit of motion. And look at there, 26 straight.
Both coaches, first thing out of their mouth, just the team that takes it away the most will probably win the game. Well, even Marbley had that quote down pat, 26-0. A first down on the throw by Montana. Third completion, 3 different receivers. Marcus Allen, nothing there. Good solid hit by the two backers, Patton and Maddox, who have had a good first quarter.
As if this defense of Buffalo over the years hasn't had enough time on the field. Great field position for Kansas City with the fumble. And the defense goes on the field again. This is a defense that since 1990 has faced more plays than any team in the NFL.
Second down and 9. Montana on the fade to Burden, incomplete. Nate Odoms the cover. Odoms, who will be one of the free agents apparently after the season and had a brilliant season, a Pro Bowl year, 9 interceptions, but Burden had it on his fingertips.
Very close. Joe Montana's always had that ability to properly judge distance. Puts it invariably where it's catchable. And again, this is the double zone. Man under. 37's got his hand on him, but so did Burden. There was a little hand fighting going on there.
Montana 3 for 10. Incomplete, almost intercepted by Odoms. Odoms had it flopping right toward him. J.J. Burden, the receiver. And on comes Lowry for another field goal attempt.
Again, trying to get inside the defense, Dick. Up underneath the linebackers. Montana forced to go to the short. Excellent coverage by Marcus Patton. And then Nate Odoms almost makes the interception. Good protection for Montana, but Odoms almost gets this one.
Another 31-yard attempt by Lowry, who made his first from this exact distance. Nothing different about this one. So the fumble by Copeland on the kick return results in 3 Kansas City points, and Benny Thompson can chalk that up on his side. 7-6 Buffalo. Buffalo Bills all week long. Fans, media here in this city, they feel like they're in their own prison.
Yes.
It's just them against the world. That nobody wants them to go to another Super Bowl. And Jim Kelly said maybe a few out there are becoming sympathetic that maybe the 4th time will be the Buffalo Bills' year to win the Super Bowl. But the majority of the media coverage, as you all well know, has been, oh no, not Buffalo to the Super Bowl again.
And that's really been their rallying cry. Let's make them all mad. Let's go back to the Super Bowl for the 4th time.
In fact, one of the slogans, the T-shirts even worn by Marv Levy, was let's, well, upset them all. See you in Atlanta.
Well done, Dick. I wondered how you were going to handle that.
But they have a chance. This game is so incredibly momentous for Buffalo in this franchise, because if they win this game and do win a Super Bowl, they'll be regarded as one of the great teams. If they don't, this may be it. This may be the end of the line for this wonderful run to Buffalo. Copeland will be hanging on to it more tightly this time as Lowry sends it right at him inside the 5. Well, he was protecting it at the 18-yard line. Didn't run with quite the same ferocity. And tackle made by Eric Anderson. And we're a week away from Super Sunday on NBC. And what a lineup. It begins at noon Eastern, 9 in the West, as Barkley and the Suns against Boston. And it'll be Kevin McHale's jersey number retired. NBA inside stuff. Well, talking about stuff, Sir Charles has got plenty of it on and off the court. Then 3:30, a look at Atlanta, the host of the 1996 Olympic Games, and some of the great Olympians who are from there or live there. And then the Super Bowl pregame show at 4 and the kickoff around 6 o'clock. And we'll look forward to visiting with over 100 million of Bob Trumpy's closest friends next Sunday. Kelly. Deflected by Pickens. Intended for Andre Reed.
And they give him help that time. Kevin Ross comes over from that free safety spot. Watch the hit. Pickens again underneath, and that's obviously the guy they're going to. And Rock cast on his right hand. Used to play corner, always hit like a safety, and Andre Reed's going to feel this one Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, no matter where he is.
Kelly on 2nd and 10. To Brooks this time. He had 2 touchdowns in the Raider win last Sunday, and he's hit it for 31, first down. Pickens again on the tackle. He's going to get his share of action today. That's quite apparent.
Well, Buffalo thinks it's easy pickings to this point.
Final seconds, opening quarter. The Bills 7, Kansas City 6. The winner to Atlanta, San Francisco, or Dallas to be the opponent.
You fill me with wonder. You're simple as can be. You're always a comfort. You set my spirit free. You're the part of me that's the heart of me. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me.
You need 2 hands to count all the special rates and discounts on Allstate car insurance. For more than one car, pickup trucks, anti-lock brakes, airbags. Good drivers, excellent drivers with Allstate home insurance. And retired drivers over 55. Just pick up a phone and call an Allstate agent for details. For lots of ways to save, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Mitsubishi has just given luxury a new lease on life, announcing the 1994 Galant lease. Just $179 a month and only $500 down. When you lease a Galant, you get luxury you can use. Advanced safety, comfort, and performance. We call it meaningful luxury. The all-new Galant, just $179 a month when you lease for 24 months.
King of the swizzle sticks on the sidelines, Walt Corey, the defensive coordinator. Now, professional allegiance in this sport certainly creates interesting changes. Just as Marty Schottenheimer was once a Buffalo Bill, Walt Corey was a '63 Kansas City Chief. They had just come from Dallas, and there he is. He, too, a linebacker, and he had some Hall of Fame teammates. One of them here broadcasting the game today, quarterback Lenny Dawson. Buck Buchanan on that team. Corey said, hey, he could play today. He wouldn't have to do one thing different. He'd be a starter anywhere today. So for the first time, we open the second quarter. Jim Kelly leading 7-6, and Thurman Thomas lifting to the 35-yard line. Gain of 4+. Neil Smith, Albert Lewis in on the stop.
Excellent push by the Buffalo Bills offensive line. They've not really tried to counter but once, so they're going straight ahead. And they're going straight ahead at Sally Amua and Joe Phillips, two huge individuals in there.
Reed, a little short screen to the wide receiver, and he's across the 40 to the 41. That'll be near a first down. Martin Bayless makes the stop.
See that play, Dick? The lead blocker there for Andre Reed was Thurman Thomas out of the backfield. He was the guy who got the first block on the linebacker. Very well designed.
They've used that play twice. That's obviously something that they've watched from the film, and a play that Marv Levy liked. First down on that ball, delayed for Thomas. Oh, look at him spurt through and into the clear. Thomas all the way to the 25. Birdie, 3 yards for Thurman Thomas.
Dick, again, what they're trying to create right here is a vertical running lane. A vertical running lane, and they get it for Thurman Thomas. Excellent blocking up front. That's what the Buffalo Bills want.
Longest rush of the season for Thomas, and now Kenneth Davis takes the ball, and he has another first down to the 11-yard line. 15 on that play.
And last week, this Kansas City defense held Houston to just 39 yards rushing. Straight ahead blocking. Kenneth Davis, a player who is more of a slasher than a darter, like Thurman Thomas.
Wants timeout.
That's a basketball timeout, Dick. Stop the momentum.
An escape that leads to suspicion.
I don't trust you, Doc.
A crime that leads to betrayal.
How's your wife? You were supposed to make a deal with him!
The deal wasn't good enough!
Then you should have walked away!
A chase beyond the limits of suspense.
You can live or you can die.
Hell of a way to make a living, Doc.
Alec Baldwin, Kim Basinger, James Woods, The Getaway. Rated R. Starts Friday, February 11th at theaters everywhere.
Which 800 service keeps sales clicking? Well, if there's a problem, AT&T can reroute your calls in less than a second. So you'll never miss a beat. One more reason to choose AT&T 800 service, the best in the business.
Preferred stock cologne from Stetson. What preferred men prefer.
Coming this summer, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT Spider. The world's only production convertible with a retractable hardtop. Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
The counter trade, the author, a fellow named Joe Gibbs at Washington.
You're going to see a great seal block on the strong side. Kelly gives the ball to Thurman Thomas. Watch 70 Fina, 74 Parker. The seal job they do on Sally Amua and the linebacker, and Thurman Thomas squirts through there, picks up 33 yards.
And 90 yards rushing for Buffalo so far in this half. Marv Levy couldn't like that statistic anymore.
Yeah. It's a nightmare to Marty Schottenheimer.
Chiefs using a timeout to try to slow things down. And Thomas is indeed tackled in the backfield by Neil Smith. Smith, who led the NFL with 15 sacks and pressures constantly. He had 4 forced fumbles and makes the big defensive stop there.
And he's a big key against that counter, too. He's got to beat the block of the tight end when it's run to his side. He's playing to the tight end, Pete Metzelaars, today for one reason, to stop the strong side counter.
Loss of 3. Kelly pointing out Martin Bayless, the safety, had moved up on the line of scrimmage. Now Bayless backs off. Kelly changing plays. And goes to Brooks. Missed tackle, and Brooks is inside the 5. Bruce Pickens had him about the 7 and missed the tackle.
Well, we've certainly identified their choice today. Bruce Pickens is at halftime, maybe changed the number on his jersey.
First and goal at the 3. Thomas walks in.
Dick, that was a quick snap by the Buffalo Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs defense was not deployed.
What a first half for Thurman Thomas. You have the feeling Marty Schottenheimer already taking some notes that will be used at halftime adjustment. 80 yards and 9 convincing plays for the Buffalo Bills. The extra point by Christie, 14-6 Buffalo.
Every day in 34 countries and in over 300 cities around the world, Delta Airlines helps people get down to business. Every 17 seconds, Delta has a flight taking off to the world of facts and figures, buying and selling, budgets and bottom lines. And when the job is done, we have just as many flights to bring you back to the world of mommies and daddies, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, and best friends. Delta Airlines.
Don't you wish you could be this comfortable with all your decisions? Acura. Some things are worth the price.
The AFC Championship is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. By Acura, some things are worth the price. By Delta Airlines, you'll love the way we fly. And by the American Express card, don't leave home without it.
Happy times here in Western New York. The Buffalo Bills 14-6, and that last drive so impressive as they ran the ball with ease and walked it in for the touchdown. 14-6, and Christie kicks it off to John Stevens. Very short. Stevens all the way to his 13. And bounces to the 29-yard line. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Dick, if you look at what happens here just before the ball is snapped, if we can separate Buffalo Bills from Kansas City Chiefs, here's where the run takes place. I don't think the Kansas City defense is deployed properly. They do blitz on the inside, but you see Derek Thomas standing up here. Wait a minute, what are we doing? A huge block by Pete Metzelaars, 88 on 51, Lonnie March.
Shouldn't be that easy.
You could have scored, Mr. Enberg. You could have scored.
That's what I said. Shouldn't be that easy. Montana. Throws that one away. Jonathan Hayes, the closest, Chief.
Dick, Kansas City's in a real bind here. They're down 14-6. They're facing the double zone. And what helps against the double zone, corners up, safety's out. So the spot to get to is in here, but you need play action to draw linebackers. And to this point, look at Joe. You see the corners up. There's no outside receiver to go to. He tosses it out. Buffalo can't play the whole game in that double zone, but it's working now.
Marcus Allen earns only a couple at best. That'll bring up 3rd and long. Talley and Maddox there for Buffalo.
3rd and long. That double zone was designed for the long yardage situation. So you got to look at the tight end down the middle. You got to look at the running back down the middle, because that's linebacker coverage. And Kansas City needs this conversion big.
That was Schottenheimer talking to his defensive coordinator, Dave Adolph, trying to find a way to stop the Buffalo charge. Meanwhile, 3rd down and a long 8 for Montana. Good protection. Now breaks down. Jeff Wright with a sack. The veteran from Central Missouri State. He had 5.5 sacks in the regular year.
Montana looking down the middle, trying to find a tight end. Then he goes outside, and Jeff Wright drags him down. First sack of the day for the Buffalo Bills, but they've got good pressure on Joe Montana.
Barker to punt. Copeland at the 40 of Buffalo. Good driving kick. Copeland 37. 40, 45, 50, and stopped cold at the 47 of Kansas City. 44-yard punt. 20 on the return. Timeout.
In today's world, it is difficult to find things that are still made by hand. It is not, however, difficult to recognize them. Acura. Some things are worth the price.
The success of any organization of human beings really depends upon how well they can work together. So we try to hire good attitudes. I think the easiest way to lose success is to become convinced that you are successful. I think American Express has a distinctive market. I've really been very appreciative of not just the card itself, but the service behind the card.
American Express is welcomed on airlines all around the world. Herb is kind of partial to his corner of the world.
Move it. Cool it. Silver. Bullet. Rock it. Smooth it. Silver. Bullet. Play it. Pull it. Take it. Taste it. Live it. Love it. Say it. Play it. Take it. Pull it. Silver bullet.
It's the right beer now. Grab it while you can.
Silver bullet. Have the right beer now.
A great season of NBA action on NBC starts next Sunday. But Charles Barkley goes to the mecca of the game, Boston Garden, as the Suns battle the Celtics. And at halftime, in the tradition of Larry Bird's retirement, a special moment when Kevin McHale's number 32 is raised to the rafters. Just the start of the NBA on NBC Super Sunday.
Well, as the defense came off the field, Jeff Wright, Biscuit, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith.
Headbutting without helmet. Definitely defensive players.
Those are
no question. Nope. No.
Derek Thomas, maybe that's one of the adjustments Marty trying to make. The all-star linebacker is not here on first down, and Darren Mickle, 92 at 280-pounder, has replaced him. Trying to get more beef on the defensive line. So Kelly goes long for Beebe. Incomplete. He was bobbling. He didn't have control going out of bounds.
Dick, if he catches it cleanly, it's a score.
Jim Kelly had already rolled the 7. He was going to pick up the puck.
If he catches it the first time, it's 6 points. But the right foot goes out of bounds, and it's an incomplete pass.
Tough call and a good one. So Kelly trying to strike quickly. with a 14-6 lead and nearly had another touchdown. 10:26 left in the second quarter. Now Thomas somehow got his body through a little small crack in the defense, and a pickup of a 5 on the play.
Back to the previous attempts to catch the ball. I think if he catches it cleanly, he can concentrate on keeping his feet in, and he scores. It is a game of inches. Taylor was pulling on his arm a little bit, but
third down, a long 4 for Kelly. Underneath, complete to the tight end, McKellar. Keith McKellar has his first catch today. First down.
Kansas City's defense is doing nothing against the Buffalo offense here. Receivers open all over the place. There's Dave Adolph, the defensive coordinator. He's trying to come up with something, but with the pressure put on Bruce Pickens to cover, now they're going inside. Everything's working for Buffalo.
And Thomas again. He's breaking the first hit every time, and he's inside the 30. He's been hit at the line of scrimmage on almost every carry other than the walk-in touchdown, and he breaks that tackle as if it were crepe paper. 82 yards rushing for Thomas.
And when historically Buffalo tries to run to the corner with Thurman Thomas in this first half, a lot of it straight up the middle.
7 on that last charge. Thomas waits for his blocker. Gets something out of nothing, and another first down inside the 25. Neil Smith made the stop.
When you can run the ball like this, it just wears out a defensive line. It's the counter again. Now watch him wait for that second block. House Ballard, 75 out there in front. It's not a lot of yards, but it's positive yards, and it's what Buffalo wants to do.
Thomas again. 5, 10, 11. First down. He's close to 100 yards in the half.
Again, the guys up front doing an excellent job. The center, Ken Hull, the 2 guards, Davis and Parker, they are shoving a very good and very strong defensive line all over the field.
Thomas comes off with 97 yards and 2 touchdowns this opening half. The Buffalo hero thus far, Thurman Thomas, and the Kansas City sideline in bewilderment.
The Miami Dolphins are missing their mascot, and only one man can track him down.
Oh, righty then.
Ace Ventura, pet detective.
I don't do humans.
Whether he's under fire, undercover, or underwater. He's Ace Ventura, pet detective.
Do not go in there.
Rated PG-13. Sneak preview Saturday, January 29th.
People around Flat Rock, Michigan feel more secure driving the Mazda 626. They make them themselves, so they put dual airbags in every one of theirs. And every one of yours, too.
Finally, there's a TV that proves technology can make our lives easier. A Magnavox TV with a precise color picture, smart windows which preview other channels, and the unique smart sound feature, which ensures your volume will stay at normal levels no matter what comes on. Magnavox is so smart, I didn't even have to show up for this commercial. How'd I do? Great. You were great.
The innovative TVs from Magnavox. Smart, very smart.
In Flat Rock, Michigan, they build the Mazda 626 so that even with its V6 engine, it still costs less than a 4-cylinder Camry LE. Around Flat Rock, they think that's a powerful argument for the 626. And so do we.
Joe Montana, the San Francisco and now Kansas City hero, known for his fourth quarter comebacks, but if you give Buffalo too big a lead, nobody comes back against this kind of offense, and they seem unstoppable at the moment. With a 14-6 lead, a first down inside the 14, and Kenneth Davis spells Thurman Thomas.
Goodness, 116 rushing. That's success.
Offside Kansas City. Davis on a free play to the 11-yard line.
I see it drawing them off sides, although there are Kansas City Chiefs motioning that it's against the Buffalo Bills.
Movement on the left side, one official saying. Johnny Greer.
False start, number 88, Still first down.
Pete Metzelaars.
Well, he's right here, and at 6'8", 255 pounds, he's hard to. No, that's.
Buffalo was already through the neutral zone.
Yeah, the defense. Kansas City was in the neutral zone, and then Pete Metzelaars moved.
Kansas City was in the neutral zone, and then Metzelaars moved, and a break for the Chiefs there.
Well, where's Bruce Pickens? He's covering Billy Brooks.
Near sideline.
And the audible. It looks like single coverage, Dick.
That's where Kelly's looking. He throws underneath to Metzelaars inside the 10. So they cleared Brooks through Pickens' zone and then threw underneath to the tight end. 11 yards on the play.
Pete Metzelaars, the tight end, runs a little drag. The primary receiver is Brooks, the guy down the field, but coverage goes deep, so he gets Metzelaars up underneath. Nice pickup.
Derek Thomas returns, and so does Thurman. 2nd and 3. Thurman Thomas to the 5-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and about a yard and a half.
Now, at this point in the field, short yardage and goal line, Marv Levy calls the play. The rest of the time, Jim Kelly, Gail Gilbert, Tom Bresnahan. That little list is all the short yardage and goal line, and that's what Marv Levy does for this offense.
Thomas hit at the line of scrimmage, and it was Neil Smith who denied the first down. The all-pro defensive end Smith with his fashion statement across the bridge of the nose. The Broadway Bridge, we call it in Kansas City. His 7th tackle, and this was a very big hit for the Chiefs because instead of a possible touchdown and a 21-6 lead, Marv Levy has to send out the field goal unit.
And boy, if you're a Kansas City fan, you hope for Albert Lewis to block another kick. They need something to go their way.
This is a short 23-yarder for Christie. He punches it through. The only thing good about that drive for Marty Schottenheimer was they didn't get 7.
Yes, but again, Dick, running the ball almost at will. Gaining positive yardage. He's got receivers open. He's identified a weak link in the Kansas City coverage. Bruce Pickens, they're going at receivers covered by Bruce Pickens. Things are working and working well for the Buffalo Bills.
7 minutes and change remaining in this first half. Stay with us. It'll be interesting to get the analysis of coaches Ditka and Gibbs, particularly the former Washington Super Bowl winning head coach, and that much of the action on offense for Buffalo resembles some of his innovation.
Yes. Started in St. Louis when Don Coryell was there. Tom Bresnahan was there. There were a lot of great coaches, and Bresnahan brought it here. It's made this offense.
Now it'll switch us back to the veterans Allen and Montana. Kansas City with only 66 yards total offense in the half. And you see Buffalo 7-7 and 3 on their last 3 possessions. Stevens, the deep man for Kansas City. Neil Smith made a 4-point tackle, just as Bruce Smith did the same on an earlier possession in about the same spot. This one has really hit well. Stevens will have to take the kneel down. Montana starts from his 20. 25% completion.
And Dick, there has been outstanding coverage by the Buffalo Bills. Montana, his numbers are saying it's a bad half, but the coverage has taken almost everything away that Joe Montana wants to use.
Well, Jim Kelly has there's Paul Hackett, the offensive coordinator, who brought this new system to Kansas City before Montana was acquired in a trade. Montana, no one over there.
Again.
McNair had gone to the inside and was open, but Montana had figured in the other way or didn't see him and threw the ball away.
Again, great coverage. You're going to see the tight end come out here. The slant run by the wide receiver, and again, it's double zone. Corners up, safeties out, linebacker coverage. He has no one. He throws it over the Kansas City sideline, and it's Just a throwaway.
Marcus will run it and won't get anywhere. Cornelius Bennett made the tackle, and you can see he was trying to strip it away. A loss of a yard.
And Kansas City has to establish, even though they're down 17-6, some semblance of running game. The reason, to hold the linebackers at the line of scrimmage so there's some place to throw. And Buffalo is eating them alive at this point with this defense.
They allow progress to the 20. No gain. 3rd and 10. Been tough on every down for Montana.
Tight end.
Down the middle. Incomplete. The tight end, Cash, jumped too soon. The ball was fluttering, didn't have a lot on it. And his timing was off. Had he stayed his ground, Cash, he had a catch.
Inside the linebacker, this is what Kansas City's got to come up with. Watch the safeties come into view. The double zone. This is the spot they've got to exploit. And that one fluttered just enough that Cash could not make the completion.
Jumped too soon. 5 straight hit the ground for Montana. And so Barker will punt again. Copeland back at the 40. And once again, Buffalo's going to get excellent field position. Copeland drifts to the 37. And nothing much there as Eric Anderson made still another tackle on special teams for Kansas City. 43 on the punt, no return yardage. So 5:56 left. Buffalo leading 17-6. And Marty Schottenheimer now will hope that some adjustments have made that will hold back the force of Kelly and company. 7 in a row for the Buffalo Bills. Their biggest scare 3 years ago in Denver. Almost beat them. Carlton Bailey had the short interception and a touchdown, the linebacker, to win the game for Buffalo. Dan Saliamua out, and Tim Newton now in a tackle. Kelly throws the net wise incomplete. A few things that didn't look good for Buffalo.
You're right.
In the half.
Everything else has worked. That was kind of a half roll, I think, because of the running game. Saliamua getting just a little breather on the sideline there.
Tim Newton, his replacement, 96, looking for a trip to Atlanta to play possibly against his brother. They'd go head-to-head, Nate Newton of the Cowboys. Wide open is Reed, no one near him, and Pickens and Ross trying to get him out of bounds near another first down.
Well, they have identified where Bruce Pickens is. He's hurt. And watch he really drops off big time, just a hitch. And watch, Bruce Pickens hurts something here. Looks like the helmet right in the shoulder. He is back out on the field, but he really winced in pain on that right shoulder when Andre Reed hit him with the helmet.
First down. Now it's Thomas. Nothing inside, so outside he goes and picks up 9 more. Jay Taylor in the secondary trips him up.
Laying waste to a quality defense.
107 yards now for Thurman Thomas.
And the up front guys are doing a great job. It gives Thurman Thomas, he's beyond the line of scrimmage when he has to make his move. Breaks the tackle of Taylor.
Man who preceded Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State. Oh, they couldn't get the handoff, but Kelly gave his old basketball fake. He used to use that at East Brady High School. And on a blown play, he gets enough for a first down. We'll remember that one.
Thurman Thomas slips. Kelly, smart, puts it back in there. Yes, it works. It works. It works on Kevin Ross.
That was that old running push shot that he used to use at East Brady. First down at the 38. There goes Thomas. He caught 10 more.
Oh, man, Dick. What an exhibition.
Here's a man who led the NFL 4 consecutive years in scrimmage yards. He was second this season to Emmitt Smith. The 4 in a row is a record, breaking Jim Brown's mark. And he is running a rampant today. Go to the well again. Oh my! First down and more.
Ken Hall, Parker, Davis, House, Ballard pushing them all over the place. The first contact by the free safety Mincy. Goodness.
Kenneth Davis in. He'll pick up the scraps. Gets a couple. It is a feast at this point for these fans. Hungry to prove to the world that they're deserving of a fourth chance to the Super Bowl. And they are devouring what they see.
They also always are saying, why can't he do this in the Super Bowl? Any part of this, why not in the Super Bowl?
Davis again slowed down as Derek Thomas infiltrated, and then Joe Phillips and others made the stop. Cullen McDaniels. Just in case you're wondering, with the great half by Thurman Thomas, the championship record, the AFC Championship record for rushing a game goes all the way back to 1963 when Keith Lincoln of the Chargers rushed for 206 yards. He has 129 in less than a half.
20 carries in one half.
The big play for the Kansas City defense to stay within 2 touchdowns. Third down to Kelly. He throws. Brooks wide open. Kevin Ross makes the tackle inside the 10. Not enough for the first down. Fans want him to go for it.
Hey, the way things are working for Buffalo, I'm not sure I wouldn't.
But on comes Steve Christie. Of course, you can't trust players. Davis says only that far, when really it's about 3 times.
What do you mean
far.
you can't trust players?
Well, coaches and players are like fans. I mean, I like that. They want to always go for it. But if you're the coach and they're not giving you the right survey, your job is the one that's the difference between
that's the price you pay for not being in the huddle or on the field, Dick.
25-yard attempt by Christie. It is good again. 3 short ones for Steve Christie. And the Bills now lead by 2 touchdowns, 20-6.
Well, I don't know what's enough points when you've got Joe Montana on the other side of the field, but to this point, the Buffalo defense and the performance by Thurman Thomas have turned Montana into just another Joe, Dick.
And that's a statement in bold caps.
That's hard to do, but he's just another Joe.
4 straight possessions have led to Buffalo score. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals to build the 20-6 lead. And it's been, without any exceptional long pass play, it's been grinding it out on the ground, big chunks, big.
And see, they call this offense the K-gun. It's generally about 27 to 27 and a half minutes possession in a game. It puts a lot of pressure on the defense because they have to face so many plays, but in this first half, it's all turned. Slow, grinding possession by the offense. The defense is well rested. They should be ready for a hot second half.
Any great back would take those numbers for a game. We're 2 minutes and a tick away from halftime. Christie lines this one right through the end zone. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1:56 exactly left in the half. Joe Montana, can he produce before the intermission?
Hey, we're live on Prodigy at 1:51 Eastern. Buffalo leads at 20-6. They have been absolutely dominant in this football game. You know, the winner of this game will be preparing for the Super Bowl, and you should be preparing too with Prodigy. Examine up-to-the-minute stats and team reports. Study postseason histories. Get expert commentary on the key players and matchups, and more. So call 1-800-979-LIVE and get a limited edition Super Bowl pin when you order your free membership kit.
Maybe you never thought of an airbag being custom-made for a minivan. But that's how we build the Mazda MPV. Because we just thought making safety customary might appeal to you.
We're a part of the future. We're the heart of the soul. You're a part of me. That's the heart of me. Without you, I'm just a lonely melody. But together we are harmony. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me.
It's not normal to take a luxury car engine and suspension and make it a van. But that's how we build the Mazda MPV. Because we just thought a van that began as a car might appeal to you.
From the producers of the acclaimed Ambush in Waco comes an all-new In the Line of Duty based on a true story. They thought they owned the streets.
I swear I'm gonna get these guys.
2 cops dared to face them. 1 cop paid with his life. Now his partner will stop at nothing to get justice. Put it to him. Michael Gross, Dean Stockwell, The Price of Vengeance, NBC Tonight.
Thurman Thomas knows who to sit next to. 67 Kent Holt, who has just been a devastating blocker, breaking holes open in the middle of that Kansas City line. From the 20, Joe Montana. Less than 2 minutes to go. Play action. Completes it to Marcus Allen. A gain of 9. Tackled by Mark Maddox.
And now Kansas City will go with the hurry-up offense. And this might run Buffalo out of the double zone, but to this point, it's worked in the half.
2nd and inches. 1 timeout is all Kansas City has. Remember, they used a couple to stop momentum. Underneath to Kimball Anders. And Anders looking for a block. Gives ground and goes down at the 35.
This might help Kansas City psychologically here in this hurry-up. They're getting the receivers open over the middle. They're beating the double zone here right now.
1:15 left in the half. Over the middle. Whoa, Willie Davis out-scraps Mickey Washington for a tough catch. Washington was right there for the intercept. First down.
Joe Montana was going to take a timeout, and then he changed his mind. He's going right to the line of scrimmage. That ball thrown behind Davis. Great catch.
Underneath to the tight end Cash. Along the sidelines, a good effort and out of bounds to stop the clock at the Buffalo 37.
Patton fell down. 53, the linebacker had him in coverage, and he slipped down. Cash just runs a little out. What, see 53 on the ground? Cash did that against Houston last week.
16 on the play.
This is just a drag pattern run by Cash. Turns it up the sideline. Washington gets him out of bounds.
20-6, Buffalo leads. Final seconds, first half. Screen to Allen.
Oh, Bennett. What a play. Dick.
Cornelius Bennett running right with a talented player like Allen.
At times you run out of ways to describe performance, but he sees him throw it and then chases down Marcus Allen. What a play.
He was charging on Montana, and watch him here. He just runs right by Joe. He said, oh, that's where it's going to go, huh? And even had Allen caught it, it would have been for no gain.
Goodness.
41 seconds. Subpar numbers for Montana. Underneath, Todd McNair breaking a couple of tackles. McNair to the 15, to the 10. He's to the 5-yard line, and here's where Montana will use his timeout. 31 yards, and McNair made a short pass. A long gain with some tough running.
This is going to come right at us, Dick. He's like the 3rd receiver. They're releasing people up in the middle of those linebackers. McNair coming out of the backfield. An excellent receiver and runner. I don't know why he doesn't get more work for the Kansas City Chiefs, but they flooded the interior of that double zone, even though Buffalo had their dime package in that 6 defensive backs. Montana with great time to throw, just had nobody to throw it to.
Well, the lift that a touchdown would give to a Kansas City team with 25 seconds to go, well, who could measure it? It's certainly a great opportunity for Marty Schottenheimer to get his team emotionally back into this game. Reminder, Domino's Pizza halftime report. All the first stringers are here. We'll have a first half analysis from 2 men who can certainly cover that well. 49ers Cowboys report, that came of course later, and O.J. and Will will have their on the field reports. No timeouts now. Montana's got 25 seconds with which to work.
And Dick, you're right. They need a touchdown.
5 for 6
is not going to help.
Better on this drive than all the rest of the first half, Montana's passing efforts. He sends Burden left, Davis right, tight end Cash on the right side. Secondary, no one's open. He throws it away. Burden was the closest chief, and Montana had to unload. That was a classic example of that 49er offense. You've got your little checkpoints, and if you're not open right away, you look to the next man.
You're absolutely correct. Darryl Talley also hits him. Here's the wide receiver, J.J. Burden. Good pickup by Marcus Allen. Eventually, Darryl Talley looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but a bad throw again by Joe.
Well, Odom's getting away with a little hand checking, though, today.
A lot of contact.
21 seconds. Underneath, incomplete and intercepted through the hands of Anders, right to Henry Jones. Oh, my! That will be difficult to overcome.
It's the halfback.
The 1994 Camaro. What else would you expect from the country that invented rock and roll?
I'm holding Bruce Smith's shoe, man. You know what Bruce does in these shoes, man? Bad things, man. I mean bad things. Things that I just can't possibly talk about. You know what Bruce would do if he found me messing with this shoe, man? Bad things, man.
Yeah, golf. Good ball. Golf. Now, football.
Let's watch both.
Miller Lite presents Full Contact Golf.
Yeah! We're still on the first hole, Bob, and this is Davis teeing it up. Here's the drive.
Yes, block! Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste and less filling, you can combine anything. Oh, he's got daylight going for the green. Here's the putt. There's the blitz. Yeah! Oh, good beer. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
The AFC Championship is brought to you by the new 1994 Chevy Camaro. What else would you expect from the country that invented rock and roll? By Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this? By the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. And by McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
A light rain is falling. The worse the weather, the more difficult it'll be on Montana and the Chiefs, who trail by 2 touchdowns and have used a timeout already. Marcus Allen smothered, gets a second shot, gains a tough 2 yards. 3rd and long as Darryl Talley and Bruce Smith make another play.
And Dick, that was a 6 defensive back set. 4-1-6.